You think you're sitting there by choice. That's the first lie you tell yourself every morning. I want you to do something. Right now. Lift your hand. Go ahead. Do it. Did you feel that? That sensation of deciding? That moment where you commanded your body to move? Here's what really happened. Your brain sent the signal 300 milliseconds before you felt the decision. Before the thought. I will lift my hand. Even formed. The scientists proved this. Stuck electrodes in people's skulls and watched the machinery work before consciousness caught the news. You didn't decide to move. You watched yourself move and claimed credit after the fact. You are not the driver. You're the passenger pretending the steering wheel in your lap is connected to something. Let me introduce you to Marcus. 37. Married. 2 kids. Good man by most measures. He tells himself he's moral. He chooses to be faithful. Chooses to work hard. Chooses to love his children. But let's dissect Marcus like the biological machine he is. His faithfulness? Vasopressin receptor genes. Some men have them. Some don't. The ones who do, they pair bond. The ones who don't, they stray. Marcus got lucky in the genetic lottery. He calls it virtue. Science calls it chemistry. His work ethic? Prefrontal cortex development. Childhood conditioning. His father's voice, carved into his neural pathways before he could speak. Be a man. Provide. Don't be weak. Every neuron firing in patterns established before Marcus had language to question them. His love for his children? Oxytocin floods when he holds them. Evolutionary programming. Mammals that didn't love their offspring went extinct. The ones that did, they survived, multiplied, became us. Marcus's love is natural selection wearing a human mask. So where's Marcus in all this? Where's the choice? Strip away the chemistry, the genetics, the childhood programming, the evolutionary imperatives. What's left? Nothing. An empty room where a person used to be. But it gets darker. Stay with me. There's a woman. Elena. She's staring at a bottle of pills. Not prescription, something else. Something that promises to make the noise stop. The noise in her head that's been screaming since she was 14. She wants to stop. God, she wants to stop. She's been to rehab twice. Read the books. Said the mantras. White-knuckled her way through withdrawals that felt like dying. But here's the thing about addiction. It rewires you. Literally. Changes your brain structure. The reward pathways. The decision-making centers. The parts that are supposed to say, no. Elena's brain on an MRI looks different from yours. Her prefrontal cortex. The part that's supposed to pump the brakes. It's dimmed. Quieter. Like a voice shouting from another room through walls you can't see. She reaches for the pills. Is this choice? Or is this a brain doing what broken brains do? A machine following its programming? Tell her she's weak. Tell her she chose this. Watch her cry because part of her believes you. But zoom out. Look at the data. Look at the scans. Look at the genes. The childhood trauma. The AC score off the charts. The mother who used. The father who vanished. Where in that chain of causation does Elena get to be free? Show me the moment. Point to it. The exact second where she could have chosen differently. You can't. Because every moment is the child of the moment before it. Every choice is the offspring of 10,000 prior choices she never made consciously. The universe is a line of dominoes falling. You are one domino, watching yourself tip, convinced you decided to fall. Now some of you are getting uncomfortable. I can feel it. You want to argue. But I feel free. I experience choice. That must mean something. Does it? You feel like you're sitting still right now, don't you? But you're on a planet spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Orbiting a star at 67,000 miles per hour. That star is screaming through the galaxy at 450,000 miles per hour. The galaxy itself is hurtling through space at over 1,000,000 miles per hour. You've never been still for a single instant of your life. But you feel still. Your feelings lie. Here's a man named David. Successful. Smart. Everyone likes him. One day he starts acting strange. Irritable. Inappropriate. Makes a pass at his daughter's friend. Gets arrested. Turns out he has a tumor. Size of a plum. Pressing on his orbital frontal cortex. The part of the brain that regulates impulse control. Social behavior. Moral judgment. They remove the tumor. David goes back to normal. Sweet. Appropriate. Horrified by what he did. 2 years later, the behavior returns. The tumor grew back. Remove it again, he's fine again. So who was choosing? David? Or the tumor? Where does David end and the brain damage begin? Here's the nightmare, there is no line. David is his brain. Damage it, you damage him. His choices are brain states. His morality is neurology. And you're no different. You just haven't found your tumor yet. Every person in prison. Every monster in history. Every abuser. Every killer. If we scan their brains, we'd find the explanation. The damage. The difference. The reason they couldn't choose otherwise. Hitler had Parkinson's. Stalin had paranoid personality disorder. Every serial killer studied has shown abnormalities in their brain structure. The orbital cortex. The amygdala. The regions that make you human. They were broken machines. And machines don't have free will. They have programming. But here's where it gets truly, unbearably dark. If they didn't choose their evil, you didn't choose your good. Your kindness? Brain chemistry. Your empathy? Mirror neurons firing. Your love? Hormones lying to you about meaning. You are not virtuous. You are not moral. You are not choosing to be good. You are a fortunate arrangement of atoms that happens to behave in ways other atom arrangements find acceptable. You've done nothing to earn your goodness. You were born lucky. The right genes. The right parents. The right environment. You won a lottery you didn't buy a ticket for and you call it character. Meanwhile, the kid born to addicts in a neighborhood where trauma is the air you breathe, he chooses crime. And we lock him away. Punish him. For losing a lottery he didn't enter. This is the system we've built on the lie of free will. We reward the lucky. Punish the unlucky. Call it justice. There's a word for that, cruelty. But wait. It gets worse. Because now you know this. Now you see the machinery. And knowledge changes the machine. Studies show, tell people they don't have free will, they become worse. They cheat more. Steal more. Help others less. The belief in determinism becomes a permission slip for evil. Not my fault. The atoms made me do it. The lie that you're free makes you behave better than the truth that you're not. So what do you do with that? Lie to yourself? Pretend you haven't seen behind the curtain? You can't. That's the curse of consciousness. You can't unknow what you know. Here's Marcus again. Still faithful. Still working. Still loving his kids. But now he knows. It's not virtue. It's chemistry. Is it less real? Does it matter less? Here's Elena. 1 year sober. Meetings every week. Clawing her way back from the edge. Did she choose recovery? Or did her brain finally accumulate enough new experiences, enough new neural pathways, enough pain, to tip into a different pattern? Does it matter? Here's the paradox that will haunt you. You cannot live as if you're not free. It's impossible. Even if free will is an illusion, you're trapped inside the illusion. You still have to act. Still have to choose. Still have to live with consequences. The determinist who says nothing matters still looks both ways before crossing the street. Still feels pain. Still feels love. Still suffers when he fails. You cannot escape the experience of agency, even if agency is a lie. So here's my offering. Not comfort. Not answers. Just this. Maybe free will is the wrong question. Maybe consciousness isn't about choosing freely. Maybe it's about being the place where the universe experiences its own unfolding. You are not free from causation. You are causation. The wave doesn't choose to crash, but it is the crashing. Inseparable. The same thing. Your choices are not free, but they are yours. Yours in the sense that you are the specific pattern of matter and energy making them. You are the shape the universe takes in this moment, this place. When Marcus holds his child, that love is real. Not free, but real. The universe loving itself through the temporary pattern called Marcus. When Elena chooses recovery, that choice is real. Not free, but real. The universe healing itself through the temporary pattern called Elena. When you do whatever you're going to do next, and you are going to do something, aren't you? That action is real. Not free, but real. You are a verb, not a noun. Not a soul piloting meat. Just the meat, being alive, being aware, being the universe's way of looking at itself. And maybe that's more meaningful than freedom ever could be. Because freedom suggests separation. You, apart from the world, making choices independent of reality. But you're not apart. You're a part. One wave in an infinite ocean. And when you act, the whole ocean acts through you. Marcus will die. Elena will die. You will die. The atoms will disperse. The pattern will dissolve. But right now, for this impossible moment, you are the universe experiencing itself as you. Making the choices only you can make. Not because you're free, but because you're you. And you is the thing that chooses. Even if choosing is just what matter does when it's complex enough to watch itself exist. So here's what I'll leave you with. The cage is real. The cage is everything. There is no outside. But inside the cage, there is beauty. There is meaning. There is the experience of mattering. Act as if you're free. Love as if it's chosen. Live as if your choices create reality. Because they do. Just not in the way you thought. You don't have free will. You are will. Willpower. The universe willing itself into new forms. And right now you're the form it takes. Not free, but alive. And for now, for this brief, burning moment, that's enough.